You're listening to the Things Podcast, brought to you by the Things Industries.
Hi, I'm Alix Paultre, and I'm here today at the Things Conference with Michael Setton. He's with Twin4Green, and I'm really glad you have a time to sit with us and chat today, Michael.
Thank you for having me.
Well, tell us a little bit about Twin4Green. What are you offering the community here?
We're offering an easy way for people to deploy and interact with Internet of Things. We're using a three-dimensional digital twin. So you don't need to know about protocols. You could just scan your environment and we process it. Then we export it as a 3D file. We use, for example, gaming engines like Unreal Engine to render that environment. And then you could just talk to devices because our AI has learned through analyzing the documentation how you can turn this lights on green to red or make it blink blue. Or you could even say, turn on this water valve or turn it off because there's a leak. So it's really, we want to make people, make it easier for people who are non-technical to enjoy the benefits of IoT devices because, as you see, we have now hundreds of them on the IoT Wall of Fame.
Yes.
So we have created the IoT Hall of Fame, which is the 3D version, but it's interactive. So no matter where you are, of course, if you had the credential to access the environment, but you can just speak to things as if you were talking to Alexa with this. Instead of speaking to an AI, you speak to devices.
Got it. So essentially, you're creating a model of the RF environment and the devices in it so that you can develop better control protocols for all of those devices that you've now, you're making a digital twin of that environment, of that electronic environment and the devices in it.
Yeah, it's for non-technical people to just drag and drop the sensors. So say you've never used an IoT device and you're looking for a temperature sensor. Mm-hmm. It shouldn't take you more than 5 minutes to deploy that. So that's what we do. You say, I'm looking for a temperature CO2 sensor or vibration sensor. And then it says, okay, you could use these. And you just get them. And you indicate in the model, you drag and drop where you've placed the sensor, and then you can just click and you see its data, but you can also do anything that you would do if you were an advanced coder, but the part that the low-code platforms do not do well today is they're mostly just dashboards, and we live in 3 dimensions. So we want people to be able to have the same fun as they have in gaming, but with serious things.
Got it. Are there any application spaces that you're currently directly addressing right now?
Yeah, we deployed it for railway company to improve their sustainability and operations. But we're mostly targeting manufacturing, but we're going to have monthly webinars in sectors like construction, defense, as I said, manufacturing. But there are also some healthcare. So, for example, we take the oxygen saturation and the pulse of soldiers on the battlefield, and we collect this information via LoRa and satellite. And then the medics, you are not on the front line, they can access this information and do a triage to determine which soldier needs attention first. So the applications are really quite broad as long as you had initially captured the environment, whether it's outdoors or indoors. For outdoors, we use satellite images that are already out there. So it's a little bit like a marriage between Google Earth and the things industry.
Got it. Well, when you mentioned that about the battlefield information, the literally digital twins of the military unit, that is out there, that kind of real-time monitoring used to be science fiction.
Yeah.
And now it's a reality. I think that's just a sign of we're going to have more and more granular knowledge of our environment because we're putting more and more sensors and more intelligence and more wireless capability in there.
Yeah, and I do think that, now, unfortunately, with things like drones, people are used to extended reality or virtual reality. So I think it will become natural to spend more time in 3D, especially when you look at Meta last week. They announced something called Horizon Hyperspace. So it's targeted to consumers for your own home and using the VR capabilities as well. But we are the hyperspace, but for enterprise, if you.
Got it. Well, I could see one day that put the glasses on and see maybe a digital map of the situation as opposed to a game or whatever, as you were alluding to.
Yeah, what we'd like is for people to have almost things industries conference on a monthly basis on the web, and you could be, the MC, because it's important to meet in person. But why wait? A year? We should do this more often.
We should. Well, I hope people look up Twin4Green on the and reach out to you
today, but it will be soon. And we're with A52 here.
Very cool. So now, Michael, is there anything you wanted to let our audience know before I let you go today?
I hope IoT will finally move from boring two-dimensional screen to 3D and avatars. And I hope next year we'll have both the Wall of Fame and the Hall of Fame that will be fit.
Very cool, Michael. Thank you so much. I really appreciate you taking the time to talk to us today.
Thank you for having me.